Good morning, and how are we all today? Right, today's cooking activity is going to be vegan flapjacks. So we're just going to do this today because obviously lots of people do the veganuary thing and try something new. So you don't have to make these vegan flapjacks. You can use normal butter and normal syrup if you want. But just for today's one, we're going to do vegan flapjacks. So first for this, we need some oats, which I'll keep in my box here. We need some sugar. We need vegan butter. If you don't want to do vegan ones, you can just use normal butter, but we're going to use vegan butter. And obviously we need some maple syrup, which again is vegan friendly. So nice easy recipe. First thing we're going to do, get our baking tray that we're actually going to cook it in, and we're just going to put some butter. Now I've put some foil in mine today, hoping that it will lift out really easy. So I'm just going to add a bit of butter to the foil. There we go. So it's all buttered, as you say. Pop that in the bin. Now again, before I started, I washed my hands, so my hands are nice and clean. And then what we need to do is get our saucepan, because we're going to have to melt the ingredients down before we add the oats. So first thing we're going to do, set the oven up ready. So oven, we'll put that on. Oven, if it's gas, is, let me have a look, 180 or 350 Fahrenheit. Okay, so first things first, we need to add the butter and the syrup. So for the butter, we need 115 grams. So let's just open the butter out, shall we? So we get with this. Flapjacks are all lovely to eat, aren't they? Lots of people like flapjacks, and to be fair, we don't make them very often. So we've got our plant butter. So for this, I've got the scales ready. Let me just get a knife. So we're going to just cut our butter. So scales are ready. So let's just cut our butter, and we need 115 grams, I said, no. So I think. And the last bit, there we go. There we go, perfect. So 115 grams of butter, which goes straight into the saucepan. Then we need, let me have a look, 3 tablespoons of sugar. So I've got my tablespoon already, and we need 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3. 3 of those. Okay. And then we need 3 tablespoons, so I need my spoon back again, of syrup. So, let's undo this one. 3 tablespoons of syrup, so, be careful, it comes out really fast. 1, 2, 3. I'll just try and drop all that bit in. There we go. So, there we go, all done. Fasten that up because that can be used again. So in here, as we can see, we've got our sugar, butter and our maple syrup. Okay, so I'm now going to go over to the hob. So I'll take you with me to the hob. Okay, so we're over at the hob now. So we're going to put the saucepan with our ingredients in on a medium heat. So we'll just turn that down a little bit. That's better, medium. And we've got our mixing spoon, and we're just going to let the butter and the syrup and everything mix in. Okay, so, and then we can add our oats after. Alright, so that's what I'm saying. I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes of mixing. So the butter, as you can see, is starting to mix down. Just keep mixing all the rest around. Okay, so I'll come back in a minute when it's all mixed down. Okay, so as you can see, come back, give it a couple of minutes and everything is all mixed in. So it's all ready. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to weigh out the oats. So I'll take you back over to weigh the oats out with me. Okay, so we're just back over here. We're going to weigh our oats out. So we need 175 grams of oats. So we're just going to There we go. Weigh the oats out. 175 grams, perfect. So I'm just going to bring the saucepan. 1 minute, let me just going to put a towel on my surface just to protect it because the saucepan might be a bit warm. So I'm going to bring the saucepan over and then I'm just going to very gradually tip some of the oats in and give it a stir. And tip a few more in and give it a stir. So you can see they're all coming together and binding together. There we go. So all the oats are in. So just give it another stir to bind them all together. So we're coating them in the butter and the syrup. There we go. There we go. So as you can see, it's all binding together nice, and they're all completely coated in the butter and syrup. So now, just move my towel for a minute. What we're going to do now is we're going to put it into the tray that we're going to cook it in. So, just use your spoon, scrape it all out. Just going to put that back on the oven. It's still a little bit warm, and so we don't want to touch the saucepan yet. Now, obviously, I've just made a small amount of these today, but obviously, you might want to, if you want to make more, you can double the recipe. So, there we go. So as you can see, as you can see, put that down there. We've made a small amount of our flapjacks. So they go in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to put them in. And obviously I will clean the area and get all washed up ready for when they're cooked. Hello, right, so they've been in for 20 minutes. I'm just going to take them out now because I think they probably do. Oh, they look done. Look at that. It looks absolutely delicious, doesn't it? Right, what we need to do is actually just leave them now for 10 minutes to cool before we try and cut them up. So we'll leave them and I'll be back in 10 minutes and we'll have a go at cutting them up. And here we go, just chop some off there. So we've got some lovely, fresh, homemade flapjacks. Enjoy.